Hey truth seekers, ever wondered if our governments are hiding something big? Something about visitors from another planet? Today, we're diving deep into the wildest story out there. A secret alien pact from the 1950s. Imagine world leaders not just shaking hands with other countries, but with beings from another planet. Sounds like a sci-fi movie, right? But what if it's real? What if this secret deal affects your life, your future, right now? If you're ready to question everything, hit that like button and subscribe, so you don't miss any of our cosmic revelations. Some people say this wasn't just a friendly handshake either. Some say there was a trade-off. Technology for, well, something much more mysterious. And here's a mind-blower. One theory suggests this pact might even explain why we haven't officially met aliens yet. Because they're already here, hidden among us, thanks to this very agreement. They don't want you to know about this one little secret, but I'll reveal it here. By the end of this video, you'll hear about strange meetings in the desert, top secret documents, and a chilling agreement that could change everything you thought you knew about our place in the universe. Let's rewind the clock back to the summer of 1947. Picture this, a rancher named W.W. Brazel near Roswell, New Mexico, discovers some weird-looking debris scattered across his property. It wasn't like anything he'd ever seen. Lightweight but super strong, with strange symbols. The military quickly swooped in, took everything, and first said it was a flying disc, then just hours later changed their story, claiming it was only a weather balloon. A weather balloon? Really? After all that excitement, felt like a cover-up even back then. This event, the Roswell incident, sparked a huge public fascination with UFOs and alien life, and it's where many believe the real story begins. People started asking, if it wasn't a weather balloon, what was it? And what did the government really find? This crash, many believe, wasn't just an isolated event. It was the catalyst that forced world leaders to confront an undeniable truth. We are not alone. And if we weren't alone, what were we going to do about it? Fear began to mix with curiosity, and the desire for advanced technology became a huge driving force. The world was just coming out of a massive war. Technology was rapidly advancing, and the idea of getting an edge, especially against potential new enemies, was incredibly tempting. So, imagine a scenario where after analyzing the wreckage and perhaps even the occupants from Roswell, the realization hit. These beings are far, far more advanced than us. What would you do if you were in charge? You'd want to understand, to learn, and maybe even to protect your people. And that, my friends, is where the whispers of a secret alien pact truly begin to take shape. Did you know that some eyewitnesses at Roswell claimed to see not just debris, but actual bodies that were not human, beings with large heads and slender limbs, being carefully removed from the crash site? It makes you wonder what else they found that day, and why they were so quick to change their story. This wasn't just about an object. It was about the occupants and what they represented. Fast forward a few years to 1954. The Cold War is heating up, and anxieties are high. This is where the story gets really wild, focusing on a specific president, Dwight D. Eisenhower. The whispers say that in February of 1954, President Eisenhower, while supposedly on a golf vacation in Palm Springs, California, actually disappeared for a short time. His official cover story was a dental emergency. But many conspiracy theorists believe he was actually transported to Edwards Air Force Base, then called Muroc Air Force Base, for a clandestine, top-secret meeting with extraterrestrial beings. Can you even imagine that? The President of the United States, sitting down to negotiate with aliens. The accounts vary, but many sources claim there were two main groups of aliens involved. One group was described as the Nordics, who looked very human-like, with blonde hair and blue eyes, and were said to be benevolent, offering spiritual guidance but warning against deals with other, less friendly groups. Eisenhower allegedly turned them down, perhaps feeling their offer didn't give humanity enough immediate technological advantage. The second group, the ones he supposedly did make a deal with, were the Greys. These are the classic aliens you see in movies. Short, gray-skinned, large heads, big dark eyes. The alleged terms of this treaty were shocking. In exchange for advanced alien technology like anti-gravity propulsion, energy sources, and possibly even medical breakthroughs, the Greys would be allowed to establish underground bases on Earth and conduct experiments on humans and animals, provided they gave a list of the humans they took and eventually returned them with no memory of the event. Think about that for a second. Our leaders trading away our privacy and maybe even our safety for technology. And get this, it's rumored that Eisenhower even received a warning from some of these aliens about a different, more malevolent group, but chose to proceed with the deal anyway, believing the Gray's technology was too valuable to pass up, especially with the Soviets hot on our heels in the space race. It's a heavy thought, a deal with consequences we might still be feeling today. This secret pact wasn't just a one-off meeting. It supposedly led to an entire network of hidden operations. One of the most talked about is Project Serpo. The story of Project Serpo is truly mind-boggling. It alleges that in 1965, as a follow-up to the 1954 agreement, a team of 12 highly skilled U.S. military personnel, 10 men and 2 women, actually traveled to the aliens' home planet, Serpo, in the Zeta Reticuli star system. They were supposed to stay for 10 years, living and learning with the Ebens, which is what these specific Greys were called. In return, one Eben stayed on Earth for a short time to learn about our culture. Imagine leaving everything you know, getting into an alien spacecraft, and flying across the galaxy to live on another planet for a decade. The goal was to exchange knowledge and culture, to deepen the understanding between our two species. This incredible project was supposedly managed by a top-secret group called Majestic 12, or MJ-12, a shadowy committee of scientists, military leaders, and government officials formed to manage the alien presence on Earth. This group was allegedly created way back in 1947, right after the Roswell crash, to analyze alien technology and make decisions about how to interact with these visitors. They were the ones pulling the strings, keeping this massive secret from the public. But here's the really wild part. Some claim that the humans who went to Serpo never actually came back in the same way, or that the returnees were deeply changed, perhaps even controlled. The story goes that not all 12 survived the mission, and those who did return were deeply traumatized and aged beyond their years, having experienced things we can barely comprehend. It makes you wonder, if this is true, what kind of psychological and physical toll would such an experience take? And what did they learn that was so important it was worth such a sacrifice? These projects, like Serpo and the alleged existence of MJ-12, paint a picture of a world where a powerful, hidden government operates completely outside public knowledge, making decisions that affect all of humanity, all because of a deal made in the shadows. So, if this pact truly happened, what were the consequences? How did it affect human history and technological advancement? Many believe that the rapid technological leaps we saw after the 1950s, especially in electronics, computing, and aerospace, weren't just brilliant human ingenuity. They were a direct result of reverse engineering alien technology given to us through this pact. Think about it. Jet engines, integrated circuits, the laser, all these things seem to accelerate at an incredible pace in the decades following the alleged deal. Some even suggest that things like the internet, GPS, and advanced stealth technology are all crumbs from the alien table, given to us bit by bit, allowing us to slowly integrate them into our society without causing mass panic. But why the big secret? Why didn't they tell us? The most common answer is fear. Fear of mass hysteria, fear of religious collapse, fear of economic instability, and fear of losing control. If the public knew that aliens were here, interacting with our governments, it could fundamentally change everything we understand about life, religion, and our place in the universe. The government, or the shadowy groups within it, decided that humanity wasn't ready for such a monumental truth. Instead, they opted for control, secrecy, and a slow drip feed of information and technology. This secrecy was maintained through incredible lengths, involving disinformation campaigns, intimidating witnesses, and even allegedly silencing those who tried to speak out. There are countless stories of whistleblowers, former military personnel, and scientists who claim to have seen evidence of this pact or alien technology, only to be ridiculed, threatened, or worse. Documents like the Eisenhower briefing document, which details the existence of alien entities and agreements, have surfaced over the years, only to be dismissed as hoaxes by official sources, even as their authenticity is fiercely debated by researchers. Consider this. Some researchers believe that the very cell phones we use today, and the internet itself, might be direct results of technology reverse engineered from these alien agreements, given to us incrementally to prepare us for a future where such advanced concepts are commonplace. It's a compelling idea, suggesting that our modern world is built on a foundation of cosmic secrets. But what about the dark side of this deal? A pact is a two-way street, and if the government got technology, what did the Greys get in return? This is where the story becomes truly chilling. The agreed-upon condition for the Greys to share their technology was their alleged right to conduct scientific experiments on humans and animals, provided they were returned unharmed and without memory of the event. This is the part that connects directly to the countless stories of alien abductions that have plagued humanity for decades. People wake up with missing time, strange marks on their bodies, and vivid, terrifying nightmares of being taken, examined, and experimented on. These aren't just isolated incidents. The patterns in abduction accounts are remarkably similar across different cultures and decades. Many believe these abductions are not random acts by rogue aliens, but rather a direct consequence of the secret pact, a part of the deal that our governments made, knowingly sacrificing a small percentage of their population for the greater good of technological advancement, or perhaps because they simply had no other choice. It's a terrifying thought, that your own government might have agreed to allow extraterrestrial beings to experiment on its citizens. The benevolent Nordic aliens, who reportedly warned Eisenhower, might have foreseen this darker consequence, a warning that was tragically ignored. The Greys, often depicted as emotionless and scientific, are the ones most frequently associated with these abduction phenomena. They are said to be interested in human genetics, reproduction, and the human psyche, performing procedures that are both invasive and deeply disturbing to those who claim to have experienced them. And here's the chilling thought. What if the non-interference clause for the aliens actually meant they were allowed to take certain individuals for study, and the government simply agreed not to intervene, effectively giving them a free pass in exchange for technology? It's a heavy ethical question, one that makes you wonder about the true cost of progress and the morality of those in power. So, where does this leave us today? Is this pact still in effect? Or is something changing? In recent years, we've seen a noticeable shift in how governments and militaries discuss unexplained aerial phenomena, or UAPs, which is the new term for UFOs. The Pentagon has released declassified videos, acknowledged the existence of UAP task forces, and even held public hearings. High-ranking officials are openly admitting that these objects are real, performing maneuvers that defy our understanding of physics, and that they cannot explain them. This openness is a stark contrast to the decades of denial and ridicule. Why now? Is it possible that the secret pact from the 1950s is starting to unravel? Perhaps the Greys didn't hold up their end of the bargain, or maybe the terms of the agreement have expired. Some theories suggest that other alien races, perhaps the benevolent ones who warned Eisenhower, are now pushing for disclosure, forcing the hand of Earth's governments. Or maybe, just maybe, the sheer number of sightings and the undeniable evidence from military sensors has become too much to suppress, and they are slowly, carefully preparing humanity for the truth they've hidden for so long. The public is more aware than ever, with documentaries, news reports, and social media discussions making the topic mainstream. We are living in an era where the idea of alien life is no longer just relegated to science fiction, but is being discussed in serious official circles. Think about this. The increase in official UAP sightings and discussions today might not be about new alien activity, but about the old pact finally starting to unravel, forcing governments to slowly prepare us for the truth they've held for decades. It's almost as if the groundwork is being laid for a full disclosure, a grand reveal that will change everything. The story of the government's secret alien pact from the 1950s is one of the most compelling and terrifying conspiracy theories out there. It weaves together the Roswell crash, President Eisenhower's alleged meeting with the Greys, the ambitious Project Serpo, and the rapid technological advancements we've witnessed. It forces us to confront uncomfortable questions about power, secrecy, and the true cost of knowledge. Did our leaders make a deal with beings from another world, trading human privacy and safety for advanced technology? Are the abductions and unexplained phenomena we hear about a consequence of this dark bargain? And are the recent disclosures about UAPs a sign that this decades-old secret is finally coming to light, slowly preparing us for an undeniable truth? The implications are staggering, challenging our understanding of history, government, and humanity's place in the vast cosmos. What do you think? Is this all just a fantastic story? Or is there a hidden history of humanity's cosmic connections that they've been keeping from us? Share your thoughts in the comments below, smash that like button, and subscribe for more deep dives into the secrets they don't want you to know.